one of these score races. They're now on the track. And we have a late scratch in this Drive of Your Life race. Scratch number 1, Gail Clark. Scratch 1, Gail Clark. First in the post parade, here's number 3, Tim Brayman with driver John Roberts. Good luck, Tim. Next in the post parade, that's number 4, Scott Bates and driver Tim Tetrick, although wearing number 1 saddle pad. And rounding out the field, here's number 2, Larry Buss and driver Tony Morgan. Starting gate will pick them up in the normal spot. They'll start right in front of us and come runs around to the wire, a half-mile dash. Say congratulations to all of our winning drivers tonight and all the ones that are participating in this giveaway. They're going for some pretty nice prizes. $250 in cash to the winner, 2 rooftop tickets from Beyond the Ivy, 2 rounds of golf at Glencoe Golf Club, and dinner for 4 at Giordano's. So good luck to all of who have participated and will participate in our Drive of Your Life races sponsored by The Score and Maywood Park. And now the starting gate has picked up our drivers and horses, and behind the starting gate, gates rolling. Once again now Scott Bates now leaving from the inside. And then it's Larry Buss and Tim Brayman. We want to thank all the drivers who are going to help out in these races. Here they come for the Drive of Your Life. And they're up and pacing. And it's Larry Buss out for the lead. On the inside, Scott Bates left well. And the early trailer is Tim Brayman as they move into the first turn. A battle for the lead. And now moving through on the inside, Scott Bates takes a short lead. On the outside, Larry Buss parked in second. And Tim Brayman trails the field as they make their way to the backstretch. And on to the backstretch they go. In the Drive of Your Life, your leader is Scott Bates. Now settling in second position is Larry Buss. Tim Brayman racing third and only 2.5 lengths from the leader. Quarter of a mile to pace. And it's still Scott Bates with the lead. Right there a strong second is Larry Buss. In third position is Tim Brayman. And around the turn they go. An eighth of a mile away. It's still Scott Bates with the lead. Now moving up on the outside, here comes Larry Buss. Tim Brayman racing third. They straighten away for the wire. On a short lead, Scott Bates. On the outside, here comes Larry Buss. It's down to Larry Buss and Scott Bates, and Larry Buss now takes the lead, and Larry Buss will win it. Whip held high, Larry Buss to win it. Scott Bates second, Tim Brayman was third. And racing fans, in our first Drive of Your Life non-wagering event tonight, the winner number 2, Larry Buss. Finishing second was Scott Bates, and finishing third, Tim Brayman. Coming on the track for our second non-wagering of event, there's going to be some switch-arounds here. We're going to combine races 3.5 and 4.5. Those of you who have the sheets, number 1 is David Bain. Brent Holland helping out. Number 1, David Bain, with Brent Holland helping out. Number 2 in our next Drive of Your Life race will be Jonathan Greenspan. Andy Miller lending a hand. So once again, those of you with the sheets for the Drive of Your Life, we're combining races 3.5 and 4.5. Number 2 in this race will be Jonathan Greenspan. Number 3 will be Lisa Nichols. Danny Knox helping out. Lisa Nichols, number 3. And rounding out the field for this non-wagering event, number 4 will be James Klein. James Klein will now be number 4. We're combining races 3.5 and 4.5 this non-wagering event. Sam Widger lending a helping hand to James Klein. So once again, in this non-wagering event, it's going to be David Bain, Jonathan Greenspan, Lisa Nichols, and James Klein. We're combining the 3.5 and 4.5. Drive of Your Life, sponsored by 670 The Score, Chicago Sports Radio, and Maywood Park. And now, they're in behind the starting gate for this non-wagering event for the Drive of Your Life. Once again, inside out, David Bain, Jonathan Greenspan, Lisa Nichols, and James Klein. They'll pace 1/2 mile. Start in front of us, go once around the racetrack to the finish wire. Here they come for the Score Drive of Your Life. And they're off and racing. Lisa Nichols left for the lead. James Klein on the outside moves out. David Bain along the inside, and the early trailer is Jonathan Greenspan. 3 across the track in a ding-dong battle for the lead. David Bain on the inside. In between is Lisa Nichols, Jonathan Greenspan 3 wide, and right there on the inside, 4th is as they move on to the backstretch. It's David Bain now drawing away, leading a length. On the outside, Lisa Nichols racing in second. Towards the inside, Jonathan Greenspan now takes over third. And now moving back to third, James Klein. Jonathan Greenspan back to fourth. Less than 1/4 mile the pace. On the inside, David Bain holding firm. Lisa Nichols on the outside second. James Klein now moving strongly on the inside third. Dropping back to fourth is Jonathan Greenspan. They turn for the wire. Less than 1/8 mile to go. And David Bain is trying to lead at every call. On the outside, Lisa Nichols coming on again. Towards the inside, James Klein. Here comes Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols comes on again to win it. Lisa Nichols parked every step of the way. In a game victory, Lisa Nichols over David Bain, James Klein, and Jonathan Greenspan. I don't know. Watching the replay here, I don't know if Lisa Nichols was covering her eyes or what was going on. But I know she's with Hollywood. There she goes. She's raising a fist, a triumphant fist from Lisa Nichols. We have another non-wagering event coming out. This is the Drive of Your Life, sponsored by The Score, Chicago Sports Radio, 670 AM in Maywood Park. We have a couple of changes to announce. We have an additional driver in this race, Karen Salerno, with the help of Tim Tetrick. Karen Salerno being added. She'll be helped by Tim Tetrick. Lou Gasparini and driver Michael Osting lending a helping hand. Lou Gasparini and Michael Osting. And also in this race will be Scott Brown with the help of John Roberts. So this race narrowed down to 3. Lou Gasparini, Scott Brown, and Karen Salerno. Can the females dominate the men like they did in the last non-wagering event with Lisa Nichols reigning supreme? Well, we'll have to just wait a couple minutes to find out. Once again, we'd like to say congratulations to everyone who came out to drive tonight. We appreciate them logging on to the Score website in Maywood Park. Like to say hi to Fred Hubner, who's here tonight. Fred, of course, is on the morning with Mike Murphy every morning, Monday through Friday. So, Fred, hello. Nice to see you out here. You know you were involved in one of these races at Balmoral this year and last year, so you know what these people are going through. So once again, our 3 drivers in this non-wagering event. Lou Gasparini with Michael Osting, Scott Brown with John Roberts, and Karen Salerno with Tim Tetrick lending a helping hand. Field of 3 in our final non-wagering event, the Drive of Your Life. They're picking up momentum. Eighth of a mile from the start. Here they come. They're off and racing, and Scott Brown left well for the lead. Towards the inside, Karen Salerno left well. And coming away third is Lou Gasparini. And into the turn, Scott Brown has the lead by a length and a half. Racing in second, Karen Salerno. And it's a 4.5 length gap to find Lou Gasparini. And on to the backstretch they race. Scott Brown in control, leading by a length and a half. Karen Salerno tracking in second. It's a long gap now to find Lou Gasparini in third. A quarter of a mile the pace. Scott Brown trying to go all the way on the front end. They're still in control. And now Scott Brown gives them the tap of the whip. Scott Brown leading. And now Karen Salerno goes to the whip. They're moving up second. Far back still is Lou Gasparini. An eighth of a mile to go. Scott Brown still has the lead. They turn for home, and Scott Brown tells them all, catch me if you can. And it's Scott Brown drawing away. Karen Salerno has been second every step of the way. Lou Gasparini third. They come to the wire, and you could put a ring around Scott Brown in full command. Scott Brown won it by 3.5. Karen Salerno second. Lou Gasparini was third. I'd like to say congratulations to all of our winners tonight. Drive of Your Life promotion. Congratulations to Larry Buss, Lisa Nichols, and Scott Brown We'll have a winner's circle ceremony with all of the drivers later on in the evening.